I'm Mary. I'm a rising sophomore in high school, and I learned about STEM in middle school. It was a sixth grade HTML elective I chose to do, and I was one of the only three girls in my class. And if my teacher in that class was absolutely amazing, and I think she was the main reason that she was the main factor that got me into STEM. She just introduced a whole broad perspective on STEM that I didn't know before. Before I really didn't think it was something I could do, or I just found it to be intimidating. But through that class, I learned that STEM can be applied to so many different interests, and that was the main thing that got me into STEM.
Can you tell me about an area of STEM research that you think is super exciting or new and why?
Ooh, definitely artificial intelligence. I think that is extremely exciting just from seeing Chat GPT and the amount of things it could do, like the personalized responses. And I just think artificial intelligence is it's currently taking our world by storm. And I just find it I find it interesting because I think it's just something we've never seen
Can
before.
you share a woman in history who has really inspired you?
Ooh, definitely Marie Curie. I think I did a science project on her in the middle school, but I think she was such a pioneer in the STEM field and broke so many barriers for women in STEM and faced so many problems due to her gender and due to the area she was in. But I think she persevered, and her perseverance is something that really inspires me.
How do you think the representation of women in STEM fields has changed over the past couple of decades, and what factors have primarily contributed to those changes?
I would say how I feel it's changed. I feel in the past probably STEM wasn't really a field that a lot of women went into, and that could just be social preconceptions or just not being exposed to it because not many women were exposed to that. But as the years went on and in our current 21st century right now, I think it's an extremely popular field that a lot of women and men go into. And I think that can be attributed to social media and a lot of campaigns and advocacies. So Girls Who Code is could be one of them, teaching young girls and because there's been a lot of um uh organizations that have been working towards introducing these topics to a lot of young girls, so they grow up knowing these and going into the STEM field. So
What is a problem or an issue in STEM that you think isn't talked about
I
enough?
think in most school districts, they don't in most lower income school districts that aren't they don't have a lot of computer science STEM computer science courses, and mainly just stick to, if they do have electives, they mainly stick to music or art. And I think that's something that could be changed, and it's probably not a problem they can fix on their own, but I think with the help of others could be changed.
Yeah, definitely. What advice would you give to other young women who might be interested in pursuing a career in STEM but are unsure of where to start or how to overcome potential obstacles?
Google is definitely your best friend. I think after I talked briefly about how I, after my coding class in middle school, how I started pursuing other programming languages. That just really just started by a simple Google search, what programming languages teens can learn, or how to learn Python, or courses for Python. So I think if you're really struggling on how to start in STEM, just Google it and research. Research is one of the most important resources you can have. And once you do get into STEM in this field, I would definitely say consistency is key. With anything you do, whether you're practicing programming or anything, consistency really Like once you set a set plan to keep on doing something and working and researching every single day, I think you can get really good at what you're trying to do.